This is the Blairing Out with Eric Blair show, and we're backstage here at the 2009 Hootenanny with Kim, Nekroman of the Nekromantix. What do you love about the Hootenanny experience?
I think it's cool. You know, it's cars, it's rockabillys, it's greasers, it's chicks.
The new album, Kiss Kiss Kill Kill, is an amazing advancement for the Horrorpops.
To me, it's a great album too. It's like kind of we went back to being a three-piece. That's how we started out. And on Bring It On, we had an extra guitarist, and it was kind of hard to, like, you know, not just make him play a boring rhythm. And it was kind of like, you know, somehow the three of us is just a super good vibe, and that's that's just the best atmosphere for us to make music. And
what is going on with the Nekromantix right now?
well, right now I have new two guys on. Lux, our first female drummer, and Frank from Venezuela, and we're actually about to record and make new songs when the tragic accident happened with Andrew. I passed away in a car accident. So we kind of been recovering. So right now we just want to go out on the road, get some tour routine with the new lineup, and we're actually on tour right now with the Reverend Hot Heat. Plays in the background. One of his jazzy songs.
Always good.
Yeah. We're on tour with him. When we come back, we're going to concentrate on the new album, finish up the songs, and record it.
You are really the brains and the bronze behind the Nekromantix, correct?
Mm-hmm. You could say that.
What do you feel when you pick musicians, new musicians, to be in the fold? What do you look for?
One of my main things is that people are diverse and not necessarily from within the scene, but people that like Lux, for example. I was like, okay, I need to find a new drummer. I was looking on MySpace and the internet, and she was actually a heavy metal drummer. And Nekromantix has some heavy metal elements, and she was into like all kinds of music. So in other words, very diverse musician, which is really a force for me. Same thing with Frank. He loves everything from metal to Dolly Parton, and that's kind of that's the first thing I look for, is like that diversity.
Kim, for those who don't know, tell me about the birth of the Nekromantix, and what was your original vision, and do you think that you're actually living that vision now?
Well, it started back in, I just finished 8 years in the Danish Navy in the submarines, and I was like, I need to play music, because I went to all these psychobilly festivals in Europe, all over Europe, all the way back from 80, 81, actually 79, and I was like, at a point, I was like, dude, I can do this. I can travel all these places and be on stage. So I was trying to like, okay, what should I play? And we were like a couple of guys. One guy was like, I'm gonna play bass, I'm gonna play guitar. I'm like, okay, then I'll play the drums. It turned out to be more like a rockabilly thing, which, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love rockabilly, but I really loved the diversity and the no rule thing in psychobilly. So after 2 months, I quit that band. I was like, fuck that. I bought like an old bass on what is similar to a penny saver over there. Locked myself in my room for a week, and when I came out, I was like, okay. I got the band name. I drew up the band logo, and I had a few friends to help me out, and they weren't like a permanent solution though. And then I had a friend, like, gave me my old snare drum, say, hey, you're gonna play drums in Nekromantix. Okay. Another guy was playing guitar, and that's how I started. And I don't know, ambition, streams back then, it was just, you know, getting out there and play, record albums, and hopefully one day being able to make it a living, you know, having a super great time doing exactly what you want. And that's kind of what I do now.
Have you written any new songs, any new Nekromantix songs?
Oh yeah, we have almost 20 new songs ready to go.
What are some of the subjects of these songs?
There's no lyrics yet.
Okay.
See, when I say writing songs, I mean the music.
Okay.
Lyrics is like the last minute thing for Nekromantix.
Really?
Yeah. I like to stretch myself, like, you know, put pressure on myself, having a deadline. I can't sit down and be like a poet or like kind of, you know, I have to like, okay, now, fuck, I have to record it tomorrow. Okay, I have to finish it up. That's how I always done it.
Where do you find the discipline?
I don't know. I don't know. It's just, you know, focus, and do it.
A lot of the Nekromantix songs deal with darker subjects. Mm-hmm. Now, do you kind of take that with a grain of salt? It's a humorous bent.
Yeah, it's meant to be very humorous. I mean, I like to see us as like a pictureless B-movie flick, you know. It's not to be taken serious. A lot of the subjects is about everyday life, just in the image of horror, you know. It could be about love, but I'm not gonna make like a love song. So I wrap it up in a, you know, like a relationship to a dead girl, or so it could be just naive horror stories, or if you look more into it, you actually see there's more to it.
How influential were some of the 80s punk bands on, have you been inspired by any of them? The Adolescents, DI, Black Flag, any of those bands?
No, because all those bands are American bands, and I'm from Europe. We didn't even have those bands over there.
So what inspired you?
I don't know, because I don't really have any idols. It's more like I'm inspired by, you know, rockabilly. I was brought up with rockabilly from my mom, so I heard all those oldies throughout my childhood. And when in the 70s when punk rock in the UK came around, I got inspired by that. So I'm more inspired by genres like punk, rockabilly, surf, you name it.
What are the fans saying to Kim Nekroman right now after you get off stage?
Can I get your autograph? Can I take a picture?
Still the same?
Yeah.
Do they ever say, man, you wrote a song and that totally like changed my life?
I hear that a lot. Yeah, I hear that a lot, which is awesome. I mean, if something I do can change somebody's life, that's just great. I hear that a lot.
Kim, what brings you the most peace in your life right now?
I don't know. I don't think I have peace in my life. I live a very hectic life, which I like, you know, being busy with 2 bands, being on the road or in the studio constantly. So, I mean, building my bases, just being able to do what I want to do and not have some boring job, that's just great.
How would you like to be remembered after you're gone?
I don't know. The weirdo guy on the widow bass, I don't know.
How did you feel about the passing of Lux Interior of the Cramps?
That sucked. I mean, and that happened right after Andrew passed away, and actually a week after Andrew's passing, another very good friend in the UK was killed in a motorcycle accident. So it was just like 2009 has started out really crappy. So obviously I have great respect for Lux, and it sucks.
When people that are close to you pass away, how does that make you look at your own mortality?
I don't know. That's a hard question. I mean, I'm very aware of my own mortality, so I know, you know, I'm very realistic, so I know what's going on. You know, eventually it's going to happen, and the older we get, you know, the more death we encounter. So I mean, it's a natural, it's a part of life, but I mean, sometimes it just happens too early.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's you know, both Lux and Andrew. That's just, you know, sucks.
Yeah, Andrew, we had a chance to meet Andrew here in 2006, hang out with him. I actually introduced him to a girl that he dated for a while, and he was a sweet guy.
Oh yeah, great. I didn't know Lux personally, but you know, met him a few times out here, but I mean, he made great music and he was a great entertainer. That's good enough for me.
How do you define the word love?
I guess love is when you know, when you without words be together with another person and you just know it's there without saying anything. I think it's very hard to explain, but you know when it's there. That's for sure.
What is your favorite thing about living in LA right now?
Well, I love the weather here, and I love classic cars, so that's just perfect in Southern California. And I just love being close to this scene that we're part of, and that's mainly the reason why we're here.
Kim Nekroman, it's been great having you on the Blairing Out with Eric Blair show. Blairing Out with Eric Blair show with Kim Nekroman of the Nekromantix signing off.
The Blairing Out show.